Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. We are dropping you directly into the humid, heavy air of the Amazon to experience something absolutely wild. We're going to walk through the surprisingly brutal, high stakes life cycle of a giant anaconda. I mean, we're looking at what it actually takes to start at the absolute bottom of the food chain and literally grind your way up to becoming an undisputed apex predator. It's an incredible journey, so let's get into it. So picture this. You slip into life from the comfort of your mother's body. You're born live into the wild, and immediately, she just abandons you. The second she pushes you out, she leaves you and your dozens of siblings to just scatter. At this point, you're maybe a couple of feet long. Honestly, kind of cute, but you are a tiny, highly vulnerable target. And trust me, the jungle absolutely does not care that you're new here. Now, there is a real dark humor to Amazonian survival. Because for your mom, pushing you out was basically just another bodily function. There's no maternal instinct, no cozy nest waiting for you. As the source material bluntly puts it, she's literally not seen the difference between giving birth and pooping. So yeah, you are entirely on your own from second one. Section 1. Vulnerable Beginnings, Surviving Level 1. Okay, so you're tiny, and frankly, everything from a jaguar to a large bird finds you irresistible. So your immediate goal is to just blend into that murky brown river. You get hungry, you spot a small fish. For your very first kill, you freeze in the current, you let it drift you closer, and then bam, you clamp down with shocking speed. It's a tiny victory, sure, but it's the exact spark that starts your journey to getting big, strong, and sneaky. Section 2. Climbing the food chain, the juvenile phase. As you grow into this juvenile phase, you start relying heavily on nature's perfect camouflage. You've got this beautiful mix of green and brown that makes you practically invisible in the water. So you're hanging out, nostrils just above the surface, and you spot a basking juvenile caiman. You've really got to weigh your options here. It's a massive risk, but should you go for the caiman? This is your first real true test as a hunter. Well, you decide to go for it. You slink into the water like a total shadow. Your muscles coil, you strike in. Dinner is served. And you know what? You realize it actually wasn't as tough as you thought it'd be. You are tasting real success as a true predator now. So, you've officially moved up in the world. Small frogs and little fish, they just don't cut it anymore. You've got your eyes on capybaras now, literally the world's largest rodents. Sure, a hunt might go sideways, and yeah, a capybara might drag you halfway across the river before it escapes, but you are undeniably getting stronger. But, let's keep the ego in check. Not every hunt is flawless. You might wait entirely submerged for days in absolute perfect stealth, inching toward a group of capybaras, only to get completely surprised by a bigger predator that ruins your hunt. As the sources jokes, you're just sitting there thinking, where did this jerk pop up from? It is a very stark reminder that you've got to stay sharp as you climb the ranks. Section 3. The Apex Predator, Commanding Respect. Fast forward a bit, you have completely mastered the art of stealth. Your sense of smell is incredibly keen, and your body is just pure, unstoppable muscle. Which brings us to a massive milestone, 15 plus feet. You are over 15 feet long, you're still growing, and you are a total force of nature. You aren't just surviving anymore, guys, you are dominating. And because you're huge, your menu gets another massive upgrade. We are leaving these small-time snacks entirely behind. You're in the big leagues now, taking down deer, wild pigs, even adult caimans that make the mistake of crossing your path. To support this, you claim a secluded stretch of the river, mark it, and make it your own marked domain. You command healthy fear from basically everything. Section 4. Passing on the legacy, mating season. So, you're at the top. It's no longer just about your own survival. You track the scent of a mate, engage in this mesmerizing, spiraling courtship dance that goes on for hours, and you pass on your genes. And remember, anacondas don't lay eggs. The female will carry out your legacy, eventually giving birth to anywhere from 20 to 40 live baby anacondas. Which brings us full circle right back to that hilarious, brutal truth. You push them out, you leave them behind to fend for themselves, and you get right back to the business of living. You abandon them exactly the way you were abandoned. It really highlights how utterly ruthless the cycle of the Amazon actually is. Section 5, the final hunt, the inevitable decline. Time stops for nothing in the jungle. As the years roll by, your massive body really starts feeling the wear and tear of a harsh life. That youthful energy fades. But, maybe feeling a little nostalgic, you spot a capybara at the water's edge. You execute your perfectly practiced ambush. You sink beneath the surface, watch perfectly still, strike in a flash, and wrap and squeeze. A flawless kill, taking you right back to where your confidence started. You've clearly still got it. But as you swallow your meal, you kind of realize the thrill of the hunt is still there, but something fundamental has changed. You've grown incredibly wise and strategic, sure, but physically, you just aren't as fast as you once were. You find yourself needing to calculate every single move. And this creeping reality hits hard shortly after. You try to ambush a young deer, you coil, you lunge, but your body betrays you. The muscles just refuse to move with that old lightning speed. The deer senses you, it bolts, and you miss. It's your first failed hunt in a long, long time, and this unshakable, deep exhaustion just settles into your coils. The weight of the years has finally caught up. Looking back at this incredible arc, it's just breathtaking, right? From a tiny, vulnerable hatchling dodging jaguars, to a fast-growing juvenile, to an undisputed 15-foot apex king of the river, to finally, a tired, weary giant. Time is literally the one predator that no anaconda can outrun. Because here is the raw reality. Giant anacondas rarely die in glorious, earth-shaking battles. They just grow too slow and too tired to hunt. They slither back into the water, the exhaustion completely takes over, and eventually the jungle just silently takes them back, returning them right to the earth that made them. Which leaves us with this final thought. After taking this intense journey from an abandoned 2-foot target at level 1 all the way to the absolute peak of the ecosystem, you really have to wonder, if ruling the Amazon eventually ends in a quiet surrender to the jungle, what is the true price of reaching the very top of the food chain? Keep that in mind next time you look at the kings of the wild. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. I'll catch you on the next one.